I'm Lucy Edwards, Director of Strategic Engagement at Metaport and VHT Studios, and I'm here today at Howard Hanna Real Estate, and my guest is Geoff Hoffman. Geoff, you are one of the top realtors at the company, so happy to meet you and to spend a few minutes with you before the interview. How are you, Geoff?
I'm good. Thanks for being here. And so I'm so happy to meet with you.
Would like to start with history of your real estate career. How did you end up being in the industry and in such short period of time became so successful?
Sure. So I think like a lot of people, I sort of accidentally ended up in real estate. I mean, very few people think, oh, I'm going to go to college, I'll graduate, and then I'll sell real estate. It's just not how people end up in the business. So I had another career. I actually had two other careers before I came into real estate. One, and I did both at the same time.
Okay.
So I worked as a professional actor and director in theater and film and commercials and things like that. And at the same time, I worked in construction and property management. That's how I paid the bills, because being an actor didn't really pay the bills.
Right. Something is for your soul, and then something is for your everyday life.
Yeah, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. And you know, after doing that for about 10 years, I decided that I didn't want to physically do construction anymore. So I thought, you know what? I've worked in so many homes. I've managed properties. I know a lot about houses. So why not try selling real estate? So so I made that change in 2013, and
the rest is history.
The rest is history. Yeah, I mean,
and being an artist, an actor, working with people, looking at the audience and their reaction, that gives you the opportunity to understand your audience. So I think maybe that's part of your success, is for you to understand your clients, what they want. Are they happy? You bring them to the showing? Do they like what they see? I think you have ability to understand this human touch.
Yeah, so I was nervous getting into the business as a whole because I never worked in sales. I mean, you know, in any business, you're selling yourself, you're selling your services, you're wanting people to trust you and hire you. You know, if you go on an audition, that's selling. That's trying to sell yourself. I mean, that's not that much different than a listing appointment in some ways. But since I didn't approach the business from a sales perspective, I approached it from a customer service perspective. And, you know, my previous experiences, my previous careers allowed me to see things from a perspective that I think a lot of salespeople don't. I always try to put myself in somebody else's shoes. Okay. How are they going to view something? Because it's not about me, it's about them. When I'm working with a buyer crafting an offer, I actually have to think about the seller, because they're the ones who are receiving the offer and reading it. So they're the audience to the offer. And vice versa, when I'm working on a listing, we're creating the marketing, we're creating the image that we are showing to the public, and then they're the audience, and the buyer's the audience.
Right.
But so no matter which client I'm working with, whether it's a listing or a buyer, I'm always thinking about the other side and where they fit in and how that information will be received by them.